Hello, ladies, gents, and sworn enemies of the Empire. I kind of forgot to do this earlier. I had this speed paint prepared and then I just forgot about it and never got around to doing the commentary. So here you have it. I recently, or I guess like 2 weeks ago now, I finished the entire Rimworld series, season 3. And I, put a little bit more effort than usual in the thumbnail for the finale. It is Blargho blowing up the filthy Empire outpost. And I wanted to talk about it mostly because of the struggle that I had doing the sketch part. As you're going to notice here, I struggled so freaking much with the pose and the legs. It was a pain in the butt to get this phase of the entire endeavor under control. See, like the legs are just, those legs are just absolute garbage. I ended up just standing up and just trying to pose myself, try to get something resembling something. And it seemed to me like I just didn't get how the weight is supposed to be distributed. And I finally, towards the end, I got it to a point where it kind of made sense. And it's just thinking about the weight of the missile launcher and how he needs to position himself, like he needs to be bearing all that weight into his right leg, which from our perspective, the left leg. And from there, finally getting that somewhat sorted out was everything was so much easier after that. It's basically my main struggle with full body poses these days, just the legs. The legs are just a giant pain in my ass, and I don't really get why, other than you just need more practice. You need to study anatomy more. It's just the matter of not having put in the work, pretty much. It's not like I have a fundamental hole in my brain that does not process legs properly. It's just not having the groundwork in. So every time that I do it, it's just all improvised. But once this pose was finally under control, everything else went pretty damn nicely. Finally realized, you know what? This torso is way too low. He has no belly. He needs a torso that is actually there and not non-existent. It's like his midsection got cut off. So now it's so much easier just doing all the details and stuff. Took about 2.5 hours to do the entirety of the thing. I was surprised nobody commented on the raging massive super erection that he's got from blowing up the Empire. Not very PG-13, but I just thought it was funny when I was drawing it. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put it there. It's not like in your face. It's not like you need to like, it doesn't draw your eyes to it. I didn't like alter the lighting or anything like that. So it draws your eyeballs to the boner. But I just thought it was funny. Okay, I thought it was funny for him to be so into it. Funnily enough, my wife noticed immediately. It was like the first thing her eyeballs zoomed into. So that kind of tells you her mindset. But the coloring was far more easier. Like, just put on the flat colors and everything. Like, there's not much to comment on that I have not said before. Something I really like though is the texturing that you can put in there. Like, it looks so flat, and then you use a little bit of a textured brush, and it makes it so much more cloth-like. Not just the blending of the coloring and highlights and shadows, but giving like a textured finish makes such a giant difference to how your eyeball perceives it. I'm saying eyeball a lot. Of course, his red shirt, I'm pretty sure he still has it. The human skin duster that he never took off. And those pants, I think they were just flak pants, I believe. So, I like to reflect what he's actually wearing in the actual drawing. The boots, I could not get the feet right. So then I decided I'm just going to draw the boots. And then once the boots were drawn, I was like, oh, this looks all right. So, there you go. Once again, the philosophy wasn't for it to look exactly the way I want it to look. The best I can possibly make is just what's good enough for me to be satisfied. Here's struggling a little bit to get some color into his lips that is not just his skin, but then I was like, whatever. Just put the regular color of the lips, because who the hell's gonna notice, right? That's something that you really need to internalize, though. It's if there is a piece of advice that you can take here. Has a narcotech eye, so he needs to have some sweet bionic parts right there. You cannot see his bionic arm. But anyway, to finish that entire point, if you want to have a little bit of advice from this piece that I don't think I have said before, is like, don't obsess a whole lot about the details. There's so much time wasted on details that nobody notices. Unless you're trying to make, a really nice portfolio piece that is going to showcase in very high resolution in a giant poster or something like that. Don't get bogged down in the details. What matters, super important, composition and just figures and just the big picture stuff, seeing it from afar and being able to tell what everything is. That's all that really matters when you're doing something functional like this. The background work, I was actually pretty pleased with. I mean, obviously it's not the greatest painting of all time in the background, but it was just throwing colors in the background and just making it work. And I am always pleased with, did it get done fast and does it look the part? Does it look good enough to be presentable and just blend and people not pointing it out and saying that looks awful? Then you did your job in the background. I figured maybe I'll put some of the other colonists in the back, but then I realized that's a lot of work. I'm just going to make a single figure here with the setup that this actually reflects what actually happened in the episode, with the turret in the back and all that good stuff. And of course, the final step of drawing the shadows. I was very, very happy with the result. I just thought, this looks nice. I like how it looks. It does the job. It's not the super incredible art piece that I thought maybe I would make for the finale, but it does the job. And I am pleased with it. And that is really all that matters. And you can move on to the next art piece and you're going to have a great time with your progress. Anyway, very simple, very easy. Speed paint. Hopefully you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.